Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Texas Department of Transportation engineers in Paris said that forensic testing on State Highway 19 north of Sulphur Springs to the Delta County line is almost complete. Once the tests are concluded, engineers will be able to pinpoint a solution to the rough pavement surface that developed during the 100-plus degree temperatures this summer. That difficulty arose following the pavement rehabilitation of that road. They assure drivers that they are gearing up to repair the road surface beginning in September. Meanwhile, TxDOT officials request that drivers who travel the route slow down, drive to the road conditions, and not use road shoulders as a main travel lane. Congressman John Ratcliffe was in Sulphur Springs Wednesday afternoon to visit with constituents and hear their opinions regarding the state of the nation. Ratcliffe stated that across the district he is hearing dissatisfaction with the current direction of the nation.
What brings you to Sulphur Springs?
You know, you can't represent 700,000 people without knowing what they think. So I'm the representative for the people in this area, and I've got to engage with them to understand what people want me to be doing in Washington, D.C. So it's not just here in Sulphur Springs today. It's in Texarkana next week and Sherman later this week, all the parts of the 18 counties that I represent. It's important that I get in touch with the voters that have sent me to Washington so I can do the job that they want me to do.
And what are you hearing them say?
Well, like a lot of folks, they don't think the country's headed in the right direction. They're concerned about the presidential election and the choices that we have right now. Locally, they're still concerned about, things that affect people in their everyday life, like health care and jobs. And those are the things that, at the end of the day, they want to make sure that I'm focused on bringing solutions to the problems that are out there.
Okay, when does Congress reconvene?
Right after Labor Day.
Right after Labor Day. On your first day back at work, what's going to get your full attention?
Well, there's so many things. I wouldn't say just one, but right now, I think that what the majority of people in this country are concerned about right now are issues of immigration and national security based on events that are happening around the world, and our ability to make sure that people that are coming into this country are properly vetted. And so that has to continue to be a priority. The primary role of the federal government is to provide for the common defense. That's the thing that we should be focusing on more than anything else, and sometimes we lose sight of that to talk about things like individualized health care through Obamacare and things like that really weren't ever contemplated within the Constitution. So getting back to the things that our founding fathers set up and have allowed us as a country to be the greatest country in the world for the last 2.5 centuries, that's what we need to focus on as Americans.
Registration is underway for the 47th Annual World Champion Hopkins County Stew Contest. The contest is set for Saturday, October 22nd. Returning stew cooks have the option of retaining their 2015 site, which will be reserved until Friday, September 16th. On Monday, September 19th, all unclaimed stew sites will be open to new cooks or to returning cooks who would like a new location. After September 19th, all sites will be assigned on a first-come, first-served basis. A cooking team is composed of up to 2 cooks and 2 helpers. Each cooking team will need a $175 sponsor. From the $175 fee, $125 will be returned to the cooking team to purchase ingredients. Contestants are encouraged to participate in the campsite and costume contest. A reception for the cooks is set for Tuesday, October 11th, 6 p.m. at the Southwest Dairy Museum. At that time, they will receive their ingredient check, 2 complimentary stew bowls, and contest rules and information. Contact the Hopkins County Chamber of Commerce to register.
Morning Chapel Missionary Baptist Church will celebrate its 148th church anniversary with a homecoming this weekend, August 20th and 21st. 70-year member and current deacon Wilbur Rowland and trustee Lewis Hawkins are inviting everybody to Saturday's picnic and Sunday's services with lots of fellowship, and visitors are welcome.
We have a picnic scheduled from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock on Saturday. The deacons we are responsible for getting everything together, and with Deacon Godbow, he's doing the cooking, and Deacon Ron Lewis, he's kind of coordinating the whole thing, getting the gifts and all that good stuff together, and we plan on having a great time there.
So this is an annual event.
Annual.
And those who have been coming to it before, they kind of know what to do and when it is.
Yes, ma'am.
But will it start in the morning on Saturday?
At 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. We're going to have domino game, probably bounce houses for the kids and stuff. Just a lot of fun things to do out there.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And it will be held at
Morning Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, which is on Fuller Street.
Okay.
208 Fuller.
208 Fuller Street. A pretty busy place. I was by there the other evening. There were lots of cars. I think there was choir rehearsal going on. I actually could hear some singing coming out, and preparation most likely for your
getting ready for the church anniversary.
It seems like Morning Chapel frequently opens their doors to host other people's events too.
Exactly.
Meetings and things going on in the community.
we are very active in doing that. We appreciate the KSST have always been with us there. I've been doing KSST when we was over upstairs building old J.C. Penney's there. That's our first building. So we're just so glad to have you have us, Nola, that we're gonna really have a good time.
Well, before I get back to the celebration schedule with Lewis, I've just got to ask Wilbert a little bit more of history while he's in talking mood here. You told me you've been a member there for 70 years.
70 years, that's right.
And you joined the church and was baptized as a young teen. Is that right?
Yeah, as a young teen at 13 years old, I was baptized in what they call the Harkammer Pool there on Oak Avenue and Martin Luther King now.
So there was a pond, and it's kind of right by the senior center in that corner.
Right in that corner there. It wasn't a pond, it was a pool. People fished out there now. I mean, it was pretty good size.
Any trace of it left back in there?
I don't think so. They have built some things around it, and I don't think it is, but it's right there across from the old train station there on the LNA railroad track. That's what it was.
So today, of course, your church has a baptistry, and you do your baptizing indoors.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So it's we looking forward to this 148th anniversary. We're expecting people from everywhere. The members have been sent out letters, and they said they're coming, and so we'll have it on the inside. If it rains, we're gonna still have it.
Okay.
So,
rain or shine.
Let me see that a minute.
And about how many folks come, Lewis?
Almost said like on the picnics. 150, 200 people come from out of town and stuff, families. And then on Sunday and everything, probably 250, 300. That's the big day, the morning and the afternoon service.
Okay, definitely 2 services on Sunday.
Yes.
On Sunday morning, we're going to have Dr. F.L. Combe. He's a nephew, a descendant from Sister Mary Nelson, pioneer of the church there. And he's going to be our morning speaker.
Okay.
And then that anniversary hour, Sunday afternoon, we'll have our former pastor, Reverend D.L. Winkley. He'll bring the message there at 3:30 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. So we're looking forward to really having a big time and serving the Lord. That's what it's all about anyway.
Amen.
So we're going to have preaching and singing and everything. We always put the big pot in the little pot, and we do it up right.
And your current pastor will be there too.
Oh yeah, that's Reverend H.B. Nash Sr. He'll be there.
And he has been pastor for some time.
Yes.
19 years.
19
Really?
years there.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
He also is my nephew, too.
Is he?
And our sister pastor is my nephew. And I got another nephew there, Reverend Spivey.
Chris Spivey.
Chris Spivey. So we kind of family. And the Hawkins have been there just as long as I have. I'm sure they, his dad and mom, they deceased and they're just about all gone. You know, it was 13 of us in my family, 10 boys and 3 girls. And 5 of us went in our service and 5 stayed at home. And out of the 13, I had 3 sisters. I'm the only one living now. They all gone. So I thank God. He's keeping me here for something or other.
You're carrying on your family traditions, and which are your church traditions.
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
So your parents raised you to go to church?
Definitely so, yeah. My dad died out here on this, building this awesome school. He died, Mom raised all of us. She never remarried or nothing, but she raised all of us to get grown.
Well, about your church home, Morning Chapel, was it always where it is now? And did it look different back then?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to bring a picture out here.
It burned in 1972.
72, yeah, I believe it was 72 when it
I think it
burned.
burned with Reverend D.L. Ellison. He was a pastor then. And I swear up and down, people came together from Africa, from all over the world, donate money and stuff for us to rebuild and stuff. A lot of KSST was involved in that with Bill Bradford. A lot of people was involved in helping that church get rebuilt, and it's paid for. It's paid for. It really is. Thank God for that.
It was a big old wooden church there for years. When I joined, it was.
And one of the things about our church and stuff, we concentrate on our youth. We find out in the world today and everything, we're losing a lot of our youth and stuff. So, and I was brought up in church myself and everything, and I'm a firm believer in helping the youth and stuff because I went outside the world myself for years. But the Bible said, train up a child in the way that they should grow, and when they get old, they will not depart. So when I finally got out there so far, I'm sort of like the prodigal son and everything. I got out there so far and everything, and I realized where I was grounded at and everything. I went back home and everything, and since I've done that right there, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. So we concentrate on our youth and everything, trying to get them a solid foundation and stuff, in our church and everything, because when they go off to college and everything, we'll lose a lot of our kids and things there. But I guarantee you, we found out that if we give them a good foundation and stuff and everything, they might get out there and do this and that. But when it's all said and done, they're going to remember and they're going to know how to come back home. And that's what it's all about. They'll bring them back home and serve and living that life where God can use us anywhere, anyhow, in any time.
And of course, the roots from your church home as a youth can extend to anywhere in the world. I think the threads of Morning Chapel really do go all around the world, where people have moved to and taken their lives to, but they still have roots here.
Amen.
We have, and how many churches we got over in Africa?
I was 6.
I think it's 8 now. Eight churches.
Mozambique.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We have 8 Morning Chapel Missionary Baptist Church.
And missionary part of that title of your church.
Pastor Nash and they go over there every year.
Well, if you want to be part of this, and even if you haven't had a church tradition with Morning Chapel before, you can start, and you can start this weekend. I just want to say the times that I have visited at Morning Chapel, I've always felt extremely welcome, almost like I was just embraced in family.
Oh, yeah.
And those people up there doing the music and singing those songs, and boy, are they enthusiastic.
Amen.
Oh.
Amen.
We'll have a lot of singing this coming Sunday. We sure will. And Lewis is me and Sunday school teacher there. He is a wonderful teacher. He teach from the Bible. So I guess I was I guess I'm going to be his assistant.
You make a pretty good assistant and leader,
He's
too.
one.
Okay. Well, your sanctuary is sometimes just filled to the brim with people, and sit real close and get as many in there as we can. And you have another big room with seating that I recently saw.
Yeah, that's it.
But we got you can be in the foyer. You can be in any area of the church and stuff. We got speakers and stuff and everything where you can know if it's too crowded and everything, you can hear everything that's going on.
Okay.
Sure can.
That is good to know. Go to Morning Chapel this Saturday and Sunday, or Saturday or Sunday, whatever your schedule will allow, but celebrate with them their 148th church anniversary and homecoming this weekend. And Lewis, again, tell us the schedule.
It starts at Saturday at 10 o'clock. Like I said, we're going to have games for all the kids and stuff. We're going to have dominoes. We're just going to have just a wonderful time playing for all the families and stuff when they come home. We're going to have plenty of food. Everybody likes to eat and stuff.
Plenty of food.
And, the deacons and stuff, we furnish all the meat and stuff. And of course, we got our culinary. We can't forget about our culinary people. They're all left-handed women. Every one of them left-handed.
No kidding.
Yes, Sister Bobby Rowland and Dolly Godbo Kelly, Michelle Gazaway.
That makes it handy for serving when everyone's got the same hand there. But do people who come to this picnic bring foods with them if they want to?
They can. They can if they want to, but no, they don't know. They do not have to.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
We're going
That
to
is
furnish
real.
everything. We furnish everything. So we're expecting just a wonderful time, as always. So we invite guests to come, and you can sure come, to come by and see what we're doing and
sing.
come by.
You
had never sung at our church, but we go get you. You watch and see. We go get you one of these days.
I may just be over there.
All right.
Looking forward to the big celebration at Morning Chapel Missionary Baptist Church.
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
208 Fuller Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
And this weekend, Saturday for the picnic starting at 10 a.m. Probably will go on for a long time on Saturday. And then Sunday, 11 a.m. service and 3 p.m. service, both with guest speakers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And meet all the membership.
All right.
Thank you for coming in and sharing with us.
Here's Don with sports.
Wildcats offensive coordinator Matt Young will be watching for a couple of things, especially during Friday morning's 9 a.m. scrimmage against Liberty Ilo. It's planned right now for Gerald Prim Stadium unless we get a lot of bad weather, according to Wildcats head football coach Greg Owens. Coach Young says he'll be checking to see if the offensive line is physical. He says that's been a goal since weightlifting sessions last January. That should allow the Wildcats to be able to run the football. Coach Young says he's also interested in how his receivers catch the ball under pressure from Liberty Ilo's defensive backs. Coach Young says he wants to see mental errors disappear. Wildcats defensive coordinator Tristan Abram will be watching to see how well his defense executes the defensive scheme. He says the days of shutdown defense are gone. Coach Abrams says his approach is to make an offense work very hard to get their scores. He wants his defense to create havoc, limit an offense from scoring, get off the field after third down plays, and collect turnovers. Coach Abrams feels this year's defense may be one of the most athletic the Wildcats have had for several seasons. Liberty Ilo played in the Class 4A state semifinal game last year, and both coordinators agree they will provide a stern test for the Wildcats Friday. Both coordinators are also happy to be playing someone else for a change. Lady Cats volleyball coach Justin Manis says he got to see a little bit of what he expects on offense this year during 2 wins Tuesday night in Tyler. The Lady Cats defeated Kilgore in 4 sets and host John Tyler in 3 sets. He hopes the team continues to build on that during a Wills Point tournament Friday and Saturday. Coach Manis says that the players were in control during both of those matches. and the stat sheet showed a lot of different players making solid contributions for the Lady Cats. He says if the Lady Cats had one dominating player, they would be easier to game plan for. The Lady Cats enter that Wills Point tournament with a 7-4 record. And finally, student fishing teams are very popular across the state of Texas and here in East Texas. And I had the opportunity to talk with 3 students with the Franklin County Bass Team from Mount Vernon. They are Caden Profit, Nathan Smith, and Will Gamblin. Caden and Will make up a team, and they were named Anglers of the Year in East Texas last season. And they all had an interesting story to tell.
We just call ourselves the Franklin County Bass Team.
All right. And how long have you been fishing on the fishing team?
This is our 3rd year.
All right. Now, all you guys, 3 years for all of you?
This is my second year.
Second year?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This will be my 3rd.
All right. And the guys, if you see them on TV, that on the ends, you guys are a couple of juniors and then sophomore in the middle, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. What got you interested in this?
Well, I've been fishing with my grandpa since, I was like 2 or 3 years old. So, I've grown up around it, and I've always just really enjoyed doing it. So.
And what got you interested?
I just grew up fishing, and I like it and I love it. So.
And what about you, Will?
I just grew up when I was younger doing some fishing off the bank, and then he got me interested in doing some more like the tournament fishing type deal, just getting out there and having a competition with it. Kind of what attracted me to it.
All right. You guys all boat fishermen, right?
Yes, sir.
And I think somebody's grandpa does the driving.
Yes, sir.
Which one?
That's mine.
Your grandfather does the driving for you, and that's good to have. And so all of the fishing's that way. Have you been to how many tournaments do you usually go to, maybe in a school year?
There's 5 regular season tournaments, and then if you qualify through the point system that we do, you go to regionals, and if you place in the top 50% in regionals, you go to state. And the state, this past year, there was $20,000 of scholarships for first place.
All right. And those tournaments just happened pretty recently, right?
Just throughout this past school year.
Yeah.
And our first tournament this year is coming up September 10th.
Oh, okay. Where will you go for that one?
Lake Bob Sandlin.
Okay. Now, your partner's Will over there, right?
Yes, sir.
And how does that work, that teamwork?
It's just the best 5 fish between the 2 of us caught all day is what we weigh in. We won Angler of the Year last year in our division, which means out of everybody in our division, we had the highest accumulation of points.
All right. Will, how do you guys work together? How does that teamwork work?
Well, that's kind of an interesting type deal. We have our fair share of catching our fish. Some days he's off, some days I'm off, but when one of us is off, the other one's usually catching them pretty good. So it all works hand in hand together to get the job done.
All right. Nathan, do you have a partner?
Yes, sir. His name is Dalton Decker, and his grandpa is our captain.
Oh, okay. And you guys also work together and help each other catch the fish?
Yes, sir. It's a teamwork.
All right. Very good. Now, something very unusual happened to you guys at a regional tournament, I believe, to try to qualify for state. So tell me about that.
The rule is that you can only have 5 fish in the boat at any time. And we got back to weigh in, and I just reached in the live well and pulled out the first 5 fish I grabbed and went up, and we weighed our fish in, and we had a little over 11.5 pounds, which was, that easily qualified us for state. So we walked off. We weren't exactly happy with our finish. We thought we'd do better, but we were glad that we qualified.
Sure.
And just kind of relieved to get it over with. And walked back down to the boat and pulled the boat up the boat ramp, and I heard something flopping in the back of the boat, and I looked back in the live well, and there was 1 more fish, which meant that we had 6 in the live well, which made it illegal. And so we could have went and just thrown it back in the lake. Nobody knew, but we decided that it would be better if we just went and turned ourselves in. So we talked to my pawpaw and then went and told the tournament director that we had 6 fish and got disqualified.
All right. Will, tell me about that. I mean, he's right. It would have been real easy just to toss that thing over the side.
Yeah, it would have been real easy, and nobody had ever known. But between us two, I mean, that had been something that had been real heavy on our shoulders, just the guilt of sitting there knowing, well, we messed up and they didn't confess to it, and that would mean that one team that did what they were supposed to wasn't going to make the cut because we cheated our way through, and that just wasn't something that we wanted to do. Wasn't something we were willing to risk trying to do something like that, because that's just not who we are.
Now, I understand you've gotten some real positive reaction from different tournaments and stuff, kind of wanting to honor you guys for being honest.
Yeah, we had some guys that have a club fishing team and stuff down in Sam Rayburn, and they invited us to come fish their championship tournament, which you had to go through to get to that and qualify through the other deals, but they invited us down there to come fish that championship tournament, and just they were going to pay for the entry fees and just some other stuff down there to give us a little recognition for what we had done.
I guess the fishing team thing kind of came up while you were in high school. You had a chance to kind of jump in at the beginning.
Yeah, we had seen, Caden and I, we had kind of seen it before, and we thought that that'd be something, kind of cool to try to start up and get going. So we did some research looking into that, and then started talking to some adults and stuff, and then eventually we got it going through some of the adults, helped us get kind of everything straightened out and get us into the THSBA.
Yeah. And I guess there's a lot of donation of equipment and stuff like that you guys get.
Yes, sir. All the sponsors are on our jerseys.
Yeah, which you're
front.
about like a race car.
Yes, sir.
You're full of your sponsors there, which is a good thing. And so you kind of benefited from these guys getting the fishing team started, right?
Yes, sir. It's fun, and it's something that I enjoy very much.
All right. So what's it? I mean, what did you have to do to get Angler of the Year?
Well, out of the 5 regular season tournaments for the year, they do a point system. Like first place gets 300 points, second place gets 299, and like it goes down, and it just adds up throughout the whole year. And me and Will finished 11th place in the first tournament, and that was our worst finish of the whole year. We had the rest of them were top 10s. We had an 11th, 2 seconds, and a 5th and an 8th place, and we won Angler of the Year by I think 37 points.
Oh, okay.
Out of almost 200 teams.
What's your favorite place to fish?
Favorite lake?
Yeah.
Probably around here, Lake of the Pines.
Lake of the Pines. Okay.
Sir.
Now, what about you?
Lake of the Pines. I like that lake a lot.
Agree with that? What about you?
I'm probably going to have to go with Lake of the Pines. It's a lot more consistent than many of the other ones around here.
Yeah. What makes it so special? Just
Well, it's on Lake of the Pines. Sometimes it's easier to find fish, and you're not necessarily going to catch the size that you would at some of the other lakes, but you catch a lot more numbers, and those things are mean. They will fight and fight, but I mean it's real fun to go out there and just be able to catch 40 or 50 of them out there in a day real quick.
now you have bass in your name, so that's basically what you're looking for, right?
Largemouth bass. And that's what that's in the tournament. That's all you can weigh in is largemouth and the Kentucky bass, which is just kind of it's a different strain of bass that's down here, and they don't get near as big as the largemouth. So when you can, you try to avoid having any of those in your live well if you can at all cost.
All right. Any females involved in your team?
I think we have one that's going to fish with us this year. One of my friends is going to be partnered with her, so hopefully we'll have more that'll start getting interested in it over the next couple of years.
All right. How many people in your high school are on the team?
I think we have some like 15 or 16 teams this year.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Sir.
Yeah. All right. So any final comments from anybody? Anything you'd want to tell anybody out there about the team?
Just anytime you can, if you can find our schedule that we have posted on Texas High School Bass Association's website, come out and support. Not just for us, but for all the teams out there. It's kind of nice to have a crowd out there and know that there's some other people that are interested in, coming out there and watching some high school kids do what they love.
All right. And the first one's coming up, you said, in September, is that
September 10th on Lake Bob Sandlin.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.